All right.
NerdPoint non-spoiler review.
Yeah, Antman and The Wasp.
Great.
It was pretty good, yeah.
Top up there in sequels for Marvel for sure.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2's out. Iron Man 2's just out.
Yeah, they're not going to understand that, though.
That's right.
So we did a little ranking of our top 3 favorite Marvel sequels, and we went Winter Soldier. What did we do?
So 3 for, I think both of us was Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
2 was Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
And number 1 was
Winter Soldier.
And I think it took the number 2 spot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm firm number 3 no matter what. Like, that movie was
sure.
badass.
I think it was better than Guardians, though.
Yeah.
Guardians 2, I mean.
I'm going to let it soak in.
Guardians 2 I didn't like better than Guardians 1, though, so that's kind of where I draw the line. That's
Yeah.
kind of why I draw it there.
Did you like it more than the first one? I think I did.
Yeah, I think definitely did.
Better story.
Yeah, I think it was a better story. It had a more developed story.
And you already knew the characters. You didn't have to explain who Hope was.
No, you didn't.
Like,
have to
you knew
that.
how badass she was.
Wish they could have done her wig a little better for the earlier scene.
So let's I think the best we like doing ranking the acts. Act 1, super funny.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
Not much other than that. It just set up the story really well.
You started understanding where everybody was and like why this all needed to happen. Tugs on those heartstrings from the beginning.
Yeah, it's emotional. I think it's an emotional setup.
I'm gonna go with 2. That's the second. That it was my second, ranked second in acts.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do that after because I can't really do it until I think about.
Sorry, no.
So let's go into Act 2.
Okay, Act 2.
It acted on the development. It was really. It wasn't as. I would say it wasn't as funny as. I think it'd say it was the least funny.
It was setting up the plot a lot more, I think.
Yeah, it was like it was a weird mix of like setting up the plot and also like acting on it. Like it was interesting. We talked about where we divided the acts 1, 2, and 3 before, and I think it's pretty straightforward. I think most people will understand it, but I think it was a lot of. I don't know. I guess maybe it was as funny. I just think that it was a lot more action than funny.
I think it developed the conflicts that the heroes are going to have to go through really well.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It was a little slower for me.
I mean, a lot of the conflict kind of started by then, though, too.
Yeah.
I guess the initial conflict where we're misled.
I felt like that's when it was like, oh, this is getting serious now.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
Yeah.
It all through the movie, it's just hilarious, though. And what I was saying when it got slow, it kind of
I
humor.
think the slow parts happened in Act 2. That's where it dragged more.
Mm-hmm. And the humor though helped it move along. I think that's the number one thing this movie does better than any other Marvel movie is when it gets a little dry. There's always just that perfect joke to bring you just like, okay, all right, I'm back.
And even with the jokes sometimes feeling forced, I think it was really good in terms of like, it just didn't leave you like bored at any point. Like honestly, that's one thing it did better than Winter Soldier. Was in terms of humor, but we talked about how Winter Soldier is a darker movie. There's humor, but like. I think it's a different kind of humor. We're
not surprised that there's humor. Paul Rudd's the star. Like,
yeah,
and then
funny.
Luis kills it again. Like, oh,
funny guy.
I think he might be my favorite person in the movies. Like, he makes that whole movie work without like his scenes. Yeah. Like when he gets he gets the talking to.
When he gets in a scene, he steals it.
Yeah. He's not that important, but he's like. Dopinder.
I'd say he's more important.
Well, more important, but you get.
I get he's the comedy relief.
Yeah.
Of a comedy, but let's go into Act 3.
Act 3 brought it all together. You cared about everybody by the end of it, like everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just big concern and like, I definitely think that Act 3 was very. I don't know. Act 3. It acted on a lot of the conflict. It helped wrap it up, but it also like didn't leave us hanging in terms of like I don't know, it didn't leave us hanging in terms of like our story felt completed, which I liked.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't... I don't know. I'd say it did a good job at wrapping everything up, and, like, everything felt like... Everything I wanted out of it happened.
It did a really good job of bringing it all around, and I don't even think, like... I think there's two heroes' journeys going on in this story of Scott and Hank.
Yeah.
And, like, to see Hank's, like, hero story start almost in the first Ant-Man to get to here, it's a good arc for a character. Hank was one of my favorite
it's a hero
arcs.
story just as much as, like, a character development. Like, he's developed character-wise from the first one to this one.
I mean, like, the storytelling, not him being a hero.
Okay, but you said hero, so I was confused.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
so
like the hero's journey. That's what I meant.
Okay, so character development.
Yeah, like I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I liked it. Even within this film, he had a lot of development, I think.
Yeah, and I enjoyed his character. Like it should be called the Two Antman and Wasp. At some point, like
that's not a good title.
No, it's not. Come on, I'm not trying to name, but I loved Hank's character. It was great.
Yeah, no, I mean he was the original Ant-Man. Like I'd love to see a prequel movie where he's the Ant-Man. That'd be cool.
CGI his face all young.
They
do a really good job. The CGI on the flashbacks.
Well, I mean that's what they're doing for the entire part of Samuel L. Jackson's part in Captain Marvel is they're CGIing the hell out of him.
They got really good at it now.
They're really good at it.
Like all the
DC needs to hire them.
Right?
Warner Brothers, I mean, it's not DC's fault.
All right, I have a surprise one for you that I just thought of.
Okay, make sure it's not a spoiler.
No, it is. It's just where do you rank that post-credit scene?
Okay, so
out of all the post-credit scenes, just not talking about what it is, just rank it.
I'll just say there's only one worth watching. So it's obvious which one we're talking about.
It's the first one. Because everybody knows there's two, and if you don't, then you should so you can stay.
I would say in terms of all post-credit scenes
of Marvels.
I'd say it's one or two.
Yeah,
there's been some good ones.
There has.
But it's up there.
I love the Doctor Strange one with Thor.
Did I watch that? Yeah, I did. That one
where he's like, "What? The beer's refilled?"
Yeah,
that was so great. That's up there for me too. But I think it's one. It might be one with what it just like.
Yeah.
The bomb drop. Stay. You have to stay no matter what.
Yeah, it's important to stay.
And the credits are fun. Credits are really fun.
The credits for this one were fun. I had to get up to go pee before the post-credit scene came up, but... yeah, so overall, how would we rank the acts in terms of, like, what best to least? Or best to worst? Fuck, I'm tired.
Yeah, so I think Act 3 is number 1 for me. I had the most fun during it.
Yeah.
So Act 3 is number 1, Act 1 is number 2, and Act 2 is number 3.
That's what mine goes in. So I think the camera's moving.
Whoops. It's the table.
I know. We'll get a better one.
We'll get like something. We'll figure this out. We're trying, but everybody.
So I would say that's pretty good. That's where I'd pretty much leave it. Like I think you'll have the most fun during the third act. First and third act were kind of tied for me, but I'll say just in terms of story, the third act is the best one. It's the most. I don't know. The first act was fun. It was what I wanted out of it. But yeah, no, I'd say that's a good order. The second act did have some lulls. And I think the biggest part of that was just kind of enjoy the humor of it.
Sorry, timer.
No, you're good.
Dude, I laughed the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole audience did.
Yeah, no, it was hilarious. Yeah.
Like...
It was funny.
I laugh out...
But the funny thing is the whole audience, like, the theater was filled with laughter, but there was only 3 groups in there.
Yeah, crazy, right?
And one guy was just in the back by himself.
Get out there and see this. Go late, too, because people aren't going, I guess.
I thought we were going to be the only people in there, but some people showed up, like, 5 minutes before, and I was like, what the fuck are they doing? But,
taking that chance to get the front row? And then
But also, they probably understand, like, last showing of the night, nobody's
on a
showing
Sunday night, too.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Like, everybody's got work. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
We stayed up late for you guys so we could do this, by the way.
That's why I'm tired.
Yeah, I got off work and went straight to the theater.
This isn't my best work.
Overall, though, this movie, you got to go get out and see it. It's super important if you love Marvel.
If you love the Ant-Man, like, I was just telling my sister today about how great Ant-Man is, like, the first movie, and, like, this one tops it for sure.
Yeah, I love it when a sequel does better like this.
And it's not, I would say it does, it's hard to actually put it at the number 2 spot for me, because it did have, like, just an equal jump in like, in terms of, like, how good it was compared to the original, as Winter Soldier did to Captain America, but Captain America 1 wasn't nearly as good as Ant-Man, I would say.
I agree.
So it's kind of hard to make that comparison, but I'll say it's worth going to see.
You got to see it.
It's really worth going to see.
5 out of 5 for me. Like, I might go tomorrow.
I'm not that excited about it, but, like, yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. Like, I'd rate it probably like 4.5 out of 5. It's a great movie.
Well, I think we'll end it here before we accidentally say anything that we... Me?
Yeah.
Okay. It's usually me. I get excited. What can I say? And you can search us on Facebook with NerdPoint Channel, and follow us on Twitter at NerdPoint Channel. It's NerdPoint Channel.
Yeah.
Not NerdPoint Show.
I
changed that.
I was going to check, and I was like, oh, wait.
No. I changed it. Anyways, and then Dillon?
Me at R2 Dillon.
And then me at mayhem_Ren. Join us next time and check out our spoiler review.